Welcome to the Scars Institute audio brief podcast. Today's podcast is Purpose of Gaslighting. This episode was written by Dr. Tim McGuinness, created by the certified professionals at the Scars Institute. This podcast introduces important information to help you learn and better understand about scams and fraud, scammers, and cybercrimes. But even more, they are about helping scam survivors learn how to overcome the trauma they cause and how to embark on their journey of recovery. Our Scars Institute podcast series helps victims and survivors better understand how these crimes happen to them and how to address the emotional and psychological challenges that result from their experience. We hope it helps you learn to recover and be safe online. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel to hear all of our podcasts and enlightening videos.
This Scars Institute audio brief podcast is The Purpose of Gaslighting, Control Through Manipulation. Gaslighting is a tool of manipulation and control. It's often used in online scams and relationship scams to keep victims feeling trapped and doubting themselves. However, gaslighting isn't just a tactic of criminals. It's one of the most widespread forms of psychological manipulation in use today. Understanding gaslighting, and how it works and what it does to its victims, can help us see through the techniques gaslighters use and empower victims to recognize when it's happening to them. So what exactly is gaslighting? Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse that undermines a person's confidence and self-trust. We define it as a tactic where someone manipulates a person by making them question their own thoughts, memories, or perceptions. Victims can feel so disoriented and confused that they start to question their own sanity. The term gaslighting comes from the movie Gaslight, where a husband manipulates his wife into believing she's losing her mind. Gaslighting can happen in any type of relationship, romantic, professional, even friendships. But when it takes place in a romantic relationship or between close partners, it can be especially damaging, as the victim often feels emotionally tied to the manipulator. As Dr. Robin Stern, author of The Gaslight Effect, describes, common signs of gaslighting include feeling anxious, doubting your own memory, often apologizing and feeling like you've lost touch with who you used to be. Gaslighting isn't limited to one-on-one relationships. It's something we encounter almost every day in different settings, from personal relationships to scams, to the workplace, to social media. A manipulative manager, a competitor, or even biased media coverage can all employ gaslighting tactics. In a workplace, for instance, a gaslighter might damage someone's reputation or cast doubt on their competence to undermine them. When confronted, they'll often deny any wrongdoing, making the victim feel even more confused or defensive. According to Psychology Today, gaslighting in professional settings often involves persistent bias and negativity that undermines a person's abilities and reputation. It wears down the victim over time, making them feel unsure of themselves, even if they've consistently performed well. This kind of gaslighting can leave people feeling isolated, uncertain, and anxious about their own value. Gaslighting also has a prominent role in marketing and politics. Companies sometimes use gaslighting techniques to convince consumers that they need a product they hadn't questioned before. In extreme cases, industries have used gaslighting to deny or obscure facts about the harm their products cause. The tobacco industry is a classic example, having spent years creating doubt around the health risks of smoking. They successfully gaslighted the world for almost a century. Google, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, and AI chatbot companies are doing this right now to users of the internet. In these instances, gaslighting stirs up enough doubt to prevent people from rejecting harmful products outright. Politics, too, often uses gaslighting to sway public opinion or cast doubt on facts. By creating confusion, gaslighters in political arenas can keep people unsure of what's real or who to trust. This tactic can also divide communities by feeding mistrust, making it harder for people to find common ground. In relationship scams, gaslighting is a powerful tool that scammers use to manipulate their victims and keep them emotionally dependent. By gradually undermining a victim's confidence and sense of reality, scammers can make their targets question their own judgments, memories, and even self-worth. For example, a scammer may subtly criticize a victim's decisions or accuse them of not being committed enough, creating guilt and self-doubt. When the victim raises concerns or hesitates to send money or personal information, the scammer might twist the situation, saying things like, "If you really loved me, you'd trust me," or accuse them of being overly suspicious or selfish. This technique not only keeps the victim from questioning the scammer's intentions, but also makes them feel isolated, ashamed, and trapped in the fake relationship. By using gaslighting, scammers create an emotional dependency, pushing the victim deeper into the scam and making it even harder for them to see the truth or seek help. What is the true impact of gaslighting? At its core, gaslighting is meant to destabilize. The goal is to turn a person from someone confident in their beliefs into someone who feels uncertain, passive, and fearful. By making victims question their own thoughts and memories, gaslighters erode their sense of self, leaving them vulnerable to further manipulation. In politics, for example, gaslighting doesn't usually try to build loyalty or unity. It creates division, builds fear, and undermines trust. Gaslighting discourages independent thinking, pushing people to follow the manipulator's lead without question. It's an insidious form of control, found in many areas of life, from scams to advertising, from personal relationships to mass media. Recognizing and resisting gaslighting. Understanding how gaslighting works is the first step toward resisting it. Remember, gaslighting never promotes genuine positivity. Any positivity is usually a disguise to counter truth. Gaslighting never builds loyalty or trust in a healthy way. It often aims to disrupt existing loyalties. Gaslighting never supports self-determination. It wants you to doubt your own instincts and beliefs. Gaslighting always promotes doubt and insecurity, encouraging you to rely on the gaslighter's version of reality. Gaslighting always stirs fear and uncertainty, leading you to believe that bad things will happen if you don't comply. To resist and recognize gaslighting, think critically and trust your own perceptions. Don't be swayed by fear tactics, and always look for verifiable facts. Gaslighters aim to make people follow the crowd, question their beliefs, and submit to someone else's version of the truth. But by staying informed and aware, you can protect yourself from falling into the trap of manipulation and control. Don't be gaslit. Think for yourself. Recognize the signs, understand the tactics, and stay grounded in your own truth. If you think you are being gaslit, walk away, and give yourself time and distance to help you see the reality of the situation. Understanding when to trust someone such as an expert in trauma or a professional crime victim services provider, such as the SCARS Institute, versus when someone is gaslighting you can be challenging, especially after experiencing the emotional devastation of a scam. A true expert, particularly in trauma-informed support and recovery, aims to help you rebuild your confidence, independence, and self-trust. Their guidance is based on science, evidence, empathy, and a desire to support your healing and personal growth. They provide tools and knowledge to help you understand your experience, to validate your feelings, and empower you to make informed decisions about your recovery. Their goal is not to control you, but to encourage you to regain a sense of agency and stability. In contrast, a gaslighter uses manipulation to make you question your own reality, often through criticism, guilt, or dismissal of your concerns. Rather than providing support or validating your experiences, they create dependency by creating confusion and self-doubt, making you rely on them instead of trusting yourself. Gaslighters focus on eroding your confidence and independence to control your actions and decisions. To discern between the two, look at how the interaction makes you feel over time. Experts empower you to think and heal independently, while gaslighters leave you feeling drained, confused, and more reliant on them. Additionally, experts welcome questions, encourage critical thinking, and respect your autonomy, while gaslighters react defensively or even aggressively when challenged, furthering their attempts to keep you off balance. Recognizing these differences can help you find and work with genuine support while guarding against those who might exploit your vulnerability.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. On behalf of the whole SCARS Institute team, we hope this has helped to provide a deeper understanding of this important topic. Remember to subscribe or follow us to stay informed of all our articles, publications, and videos as they are released. Please tell us what you think of our podcast by leaving us your comments. Your feedback is how we know if we are helping. Also, did you know that the SCARS Institute publishes a whole series of self-help books? You can see them at shop.againstscams.org.
You can become a SCARS Institute member today. For just $15, you can become a member of the SCARS Institute and make a real difference. You can help to support our scam victim survivor support and recovery programs, and our new educational initiatives, as well as our efforts to support the transformation of law enforcement around the world. Just go to membership.againstscams.org and become a member of the SCARS Institute today. You can make a difference.
If you have been victimized by a scam, the SCARS Institute can help you. To begin, visit scamvictimsupport.org. If you are ready to join a SCARS Institute support and recovery group, visit support.againstscams.org. To enroll in the SCARS Institute Scam Survivors School's next class, visit scarseducation.org. All SCARS Institute Victim Survivors services are completely free. We understand what you have gone through, and we can help. Contact the SCARS Institute today.